Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mag. So here is your match review for Newcastle versus Arsenal yesterday at St James's Park. Now I'm going to start off with the Newcastle lineup heading into this game, and of course Rafa Benitez went with a 4-2-3-1 lineup, and that will be up on screen now. In goal we had Martin Dubravka, DeAndre Yedlin, Jamal Lascelles, Federico Fernandez and Paul Dummer in the defence. Then Matt Ritchie, Isaac Hayden, Mo Diame and Jacob Murphy and Jose Perez in the midfield. And then we had Joselu up front on his own. On the subs bench we had Darlow, Manquillo, Clark, Shelvey, Kennedy, Mutu and Rondon. Now, heading into this game, I did say that I would have been happy coming away with a draw, but unfortunately, as we all know, it ended 2-1, and this is how the game actually played out. Now, the early pressure forced errors onto Peracek, making him put the ball out for a corner. Mustafi also stumbled, indicative of an Arsenal backline that is still trying to get to grips with a new manager and a new style of play. Despite the frustrating first half for Arsenal, Granit Xhaka did score the opening goal of the game from a free kick that probably shouldn't have been given in my opinion. And then Mesut Ozil did follow up off of the Alexander Lacazette's blocked effort to double the lead. Kieran Clark came in at the last minutes of the game to get somewhat of a consolation goal for Newcastle, but we remain 18th in the Premier League table. We've got 1 point out of 5 games. This is what I was saying in my match preview if you watched it. I didn't want to come away from this game with 0 points. I wanted to come away from this game with at least a point out of it. But unfortunately we've come away, we've got no points out of this game. So now we're 5 games in, 1 point in the league. Of course there's a long way to go still in the season. But at this early point in the season, we need all the points we can get so that we can reach that target that Rafa likes to get to, the 40 odd plus points mark, to try and sustain myself in the Premier League. Know for a fact that we're going to be here next season, but unfortunately the way it played out yesterday, Newcastle had an amazing first half. We just couldn't take the chances though that were given. There was lots of runs down the wings from Jacob Murphy, crosses in, that just weren't going in the back of the net for it, and then unfortunately the second half turned into Arsenal's favour and Granit Xhaka got the opening goal. Then Ozil scored his, and then as I said, Kieran Clark picked up the equaliser. Now we'll head on to the next game, which is against Crystal Palace. Unfortunately, that's going to be down at Selhurst Park as well. It's not going to be a home game, so that could be a tough game in my opinion, as we all know that the away games aren't usually the best, especially when we play at Selhurst Park. But let us know what you think down in the comments below about the game. Who was your man in the match for the game as well? I would go with maybe it's Mesut Ozil for Arsenal. He seemed to be one of their best players there. For Newcastle, I'd probably go with Kieran Clark, to be honest. He seemed to be our best player scoring the goal. And of course, I forgot to mention that Jamal Lascelles did end up going off with an injury, picking up a knock on his ankle. Hopefully he'll be back fit in time for the game against Crystal Palace. I don't think it was much of a serious injury, to be honest, but he got took off anyway. And as always, remember, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.